Hello, my name is Shardul. I'm a software developer currently working on Microsoft SharePoint 2010 and related technologies. This is my first screencast presentation aimed at developers. Through this video, I'd like to quickly define what a delegate control is and what problems does it solve, and finally run you through a quick demonstration on how to develop a custom delegate control in Visual Studio 2010. So here we go. Well, first things first, let's define what a delegate control is. SharePoint provides a mechanism that allows developers to customize out-of-the-box functionality in pages without the need for modifying the pages, either the master page or the content page for that matter. A delegate control then could be defined as a region in the page that allows the content to be replaced with our custom content. This custom content is created through a SharePoint feature, and when deployed and activated, replaces the standard content at runtime. I hope that makes sense. Well, even if it doesn't make sense yet, I hope things will be a lot clearer when I demonstrate it with an example. So what I have here on the screen is the team site, and we're currently looking at one of the site pages, the home.aspx page that is. Now, as some of you might know, SharePoint uses two categories of master pages: the site master page, the ones used by the site pages such as the one we're currently looking at, and the system master page, the ones that are used for the application pages located at the underscore layouts folder, such as the viewlists.aspx page and the settings.aspx page. SharePoint provides out-of-the-box master pages such as v4.master, and we can add our own master page to the catalog if we so wish. Alright, let's go right ahead and examine the v4.master page, which the page that we're currently looking at uses. We're going to go over to the 14 hive to do that, to examine the v4.master page, which is where it resides. The 14 hive, and then there is a folder called template, global, and that's where the v4.master page is currently. And I'm looking to see if I can spot any delegate controls, and yes I can. There is one here, and it has a control ID of additional page head. Now we can write our own delegate controls and assign them what is called a sequence number. Depending on which delegate has a better ranking, the sequence number corresponds to a rank, so whichever has a better ranking wins, meaning it gets rendered first. And if this attribute is set to true, that is, allow multiple control to set to true, then all of the delegate controls that are targeted at this control ID will be rendered. If this is set to false, the delegate control with the best ranking will be given preference, will be the one that would be rendered, that is. Now let's fire up our Visual Studio and see how we're going to write the delegate control. So I'm going to start. I'm going to right click on Microsoft Visual Studio 2010 and say run as administrator, and that is going to allow me to install the assembly after it's built into the global assembly cache right from my Visual Studio. So let's go to File and say New Project, and I'm going to select Empty SharePoint Project as a template, give it a name. Delegate control trial. Say OK, and I'm going to make it a form solution and say finish. Now, since I have a Team Foundation server installed on this machine, it's asking if I would like to add this project to the version control system. I'm going to cancel out of this. Now what I have here is an empty SharePoint project, and since I intend to add a web control, make it a web control, I'm going to have to add a reference to system.webassembly, and I'm going to go over to the recently added assemblies references, and select system.web, which is targeted at 2.0 CLR 2.0, that is. Next, I'm going to add a class file. Shift Alt C is the shortcut to add a class file directly. That's Shift Alt C. It brings up the new Add New Item dialog box with class selected. So I'm going to give it a name. Let's see, custom. Let's call it custom control. Yeah. Let's say add. I'm going to modify the access specifier, make it public, and make this class derived from the control class. And I'm going to have to add the namespace in which this class resides, and there's a shortcut for that too. You're going to go Shift Alt F10, and it gives you the context menu. Just say enter, and the namespace gets added. Next, I'm going to override the onload method, which is a protected method. So protected override void onload, and I'm going to add my HTML, insert the HTML through the response.write method. So I'm going to go this dot page dot response dot write, and some text that goes right here. Let's say this is a custom control from the DLL. Let's go ahead and build this solution. It builds fine. Let's go ahead and deploy it. When you deploy it, it goes and installs itself on in the global assembly cache. And it's deployed successfully. Now let's go over to the assembly folder, and I'm trying to locate delegate control trial here. There it is. I'm going to right click on that and say properties. I'm going to just going to copy the public key token, and I'll use that later when I have to specify the 4-part assembly name. So far what I have is the standard a custom ASP.NET control, which has been derived from the standard ASP.NET control. In order to make this a delegate control, I'm going to have to add something called the empty module, the empty element, sorry. Add new item, and then I'm going to add an empty element, give it a name, delegate control deployer or something. And to this I'm going to add an element, control ID, and this would be delegate control, the ID of the delegate control, additional page head, assembly, would be, since we have the name of the assembly, would be same as the name of the namespace here, in this case the delegate control. Version culture.